Bard's Tale, all that fun stuff. Oh.
The bard found an insignia and an epitaph commemorating a fallen Lord of the MacCrath clan. The epitaph read, Lord Apono MacCrath. Our Lord who brought prosperity, his wisdom lent without brevity, his death brings tears from above, and with him dies all our love.
Gosh, what a bleak way of looking at things.
This epitaph read, Lord Lochin MacCrath. Our Lord feared his wife more than he feared death, and with his butter knife took his last breath.
The fact that that's a chicken as the insignia for that one too.
An epitaph. It read, Lord Fabian MacCrath. Our Lord was known for his angelic voice. Over hills and moors his song would carry. Not a subject could rejoice the day he ate a nightshade berry.
Oof, yeah. The reason it's called Deadly Nightshade.
An ominous marker presented itself to the bard. It read, Here lies the bard. May he rest in peace, no longer making life miserable for those around him.
Not funny.
Or maybe not to you. Oh, very well. The epitaph read, Lord Merrimont MacCrath. Our Lord is left beneath this mound. We hope some happiness he has found. We know he lays without a sound. So says his mistress, who cut him down.
Oof.
It was obvious that the bard had a fascination with the dead. This epitaph read, Lord Pershing MacCrath. Our Lord is remembered for his undying faith. He raised our family from lesser ranks. He humbly sought the best for all, and our benefits demand his thanks.
Oh.
The epitaph on the grave marker read, Lord Border MacCrath. Our Lord was born in a darker time, where hope came on the edge of a blade. From his courage and bravery, our Lord died in the brighter days he had made.
That's some sweet frickin' epitaph stuff. Actually pretty nice. Kinda like it. Still had some jokey stuff akin to Fable. I don't think anything really beats Fable gravestones, to be perfectly honest, but it was never a contest with how greatly they wrote some of those gravestones in Fable. Alrighty, guys. As I said, we're back at it in the bar still. Why is there, okay.
The bard soon came upon the tracks of some dread beast. Even as he examined the tracks, a fellow who clearly had a serious problem approached.
Oh, laddie! You borrow your pulse still I give you. Oh, lad!
Come again?
Well, maybe clearly was the wrong word.
I'll tell you, better fear but cut your tail, run your ring, but rockin' through.
Tell you what, spit the rocks out your mouth, then we'll talk.
Boy, no knuckle I wish you got in your blood, or you silly fool!
Would it help if I just killed the knucklery?
Well, of course. Now get on your guy, you want to crush your scum!
I'll take that as a yes.
Oh. I guess, the circumstance of what we were just talking about last episode will be the boss fight of this episode.
Ready for some action.
Let's get some frickin' help up, though. I was wondering why I couldn't fight him in the city of Kirkwall originally, too. Felt like the perfect time to do so. But yeah, the second the cutscene started with this dude tearing everything down, he was just off the map until you did the other cutscene about him killing the dude you needed to talk to. Honestly, it's a cool design. It really is. Just very muscly as opposed to furry. I feel like that needs to happen a lot more. Just weird exposed muscles.
Oh, the skullum! You did it! Oh, the tear Tuspel!
You better be thanking me. I'm betting that you're the man I'm here to see. Are you McRath?
They're waiting there for.
Well, I almost think Dugan is playing some kind of joke on me.
Dugan! Dugan, say hi, you made me a bird, he was talking. Well, Dugan, I ain't something there.
Ah, bloody hell. Looks like I'm going to have to drag you back to see Dugan. Maybe he speaks whatever it is you're speaking.
With McCrath in tow, and the Knuckleavy nothing more than a memory, the bard headed back to Downby, hoping to decipher McCrath's ramblings and move one step closer to earning his reward.
Yeah. If I'm remembering right, the way that dude be talking is actually an accent. Like, some people actually be talking like that and be understanding one another. And,
Too easy.
yeah. It's, a unique set of circumstances, that's for sure. Because it's an accent, like, there's a few bits of that you can make out, and it's like, yeah, you can technically learn what the heck entirely what he's saying, probably. Because, like, as we are well aware, the dialogue is the part of this game that they actually care about. So the odds of the dialogue from that dude being a proper translation via that accent are like 9 in favor, 1 opposed. He probably actually was saying something in that accent. Oh me, oh my. And yeah, taking down the Knuckleavy or whatever. It's like this huge monster that raised an entire town. And like, nobody's stepping forward to take it down or anything. And it's like, the bard is just weirdly capable in how he does things. As idiotic and naive as he may be,
Rocks!
he's stupidly capable. Oh well, after I clear out the rest of this map, I'll check out the burial mound that we started the episode on. So honestly, I thought that's where we had to go to find McGrath. I was going to expect him to be dead, actually, and we had to dig up his tomb. But hey, nice change of pace. He's actually alive, and he's just... Well, he's not belligerent, it just can't understand the word that he's saying. I'm back to cussing a lot. Gosh dang it. Oh well. I'll slowly fix my habit, because I'm the one frickin' editing all these curse words and stuff out, so yeah. Just causing myself my own frickin' plight. You know what? Thinking about the last episode, I'm not gonna edit out me cussing because Sparky died. That's 100% nah. It's a justifiable means to cuss. I had a feeling it was some weird griffin thing too, considering the boss arena. I was like, oh, are we gonna be fighting like a griffin thing? And it's like, would the druid have a griffin? Like, yeah, apparently he would have a freaking scrawny chicken griffin thing. The first thing it's gonna do is kill my freaking dog. Oh. R.I.P. Sparky. You'll be remembered fondly. Of course, he died right before the area with all the bones. He would have been so happy to be here. So many bones for him to chew on. And then probably get stuck in his throat and intestine and stuff and rupture and kill him. That would have been Sparky's fault and not a giant chicken griffin. Gosh dang. So upsetting. I hope in my heart of hearts that actually if we go backwards to the area we just were, Sparky's actually just going to be up and fine. But that's just me being idealistic. This game is not an idealistic game. Oh well. Was I talking? I was just talking about the moral aspect of the whole Knuckleavy fiasco last episode. Even though I started talking about zombies and like how they were in media, and that got cut off because of plot
The bard
nonsense.
knew that he'd better keep his new companion alive, at least long enough to figure out what he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Self-help book. Diary. I think the bard is a bit beyond health. Just saying. I feel like I picked up a self-help book early in the game, too. It was in the, what was it? House of the lady that actually had the wanted poster and was outright terrified of me. Ooh.
The happenings at the local cemetery told the whole story, and it was not a pretty one. The dead were rising more frequently, and the land was becoming more and more chaotic. Hopefully, McCrath could clear up some of the mystery.
Ah, kid, it was a bad saying that they began to raise their grey. It's smith of a mammy and I was to the get in there first, eh? Oh, just on that one.
I wish I knew what the hell you were saying.
I don't even know what he's saying.
He killed his mother-in-law. That's what he's saying. He said dealing with the dead was a horrible day. Dealing with them the first time was horrible enough, especially his mother-in-law.
Did you blink?
It's funny. Just outright admitted he killed his mother-in-law.
Too easy.
I wonder if she's going to be a boss fight then.
Not fast enough.
No, that'd be like Evil Dead territory if she was a boss fight. Yeah, something in one of the Evil Dead games would definitely do that kind of thing. But yeah, the weird craze that happened mid-aughts for zombies, because like, yeah, I think I've mentioned before, maybe even this series alone, I am not a huge fan of horror as a genre, simply because I don't like being scared. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not exactly enjoyable for me. Well, considering there's a cutscene over here, I'm going to guess I actually don't need to go to Downby. I just need to have this dude open this up.
Yeah, the entertainer gang on and fix that shaddocks. Ah.
What on earth are you gibbering on about this time?
Oh, you cold beef! What is that playing? Here doing?
This relationship is out of order.
This is the place, head on down.
Yeah, the entertainer gang on and fix that shaddocks. Ah.
Okay. You know what? It's not going to let me enter it until I get him translating. But yeah, he was saying the shadow axe is down there. Okay. Like, Bart, why can't you understand? Like, legit, you're just tilted now. That was very easy to understand. Like, seriously. That and the mother-in-law bit? How'd you not understand that? You're just, like, frustrated and upset, and that's why you're not paying attention to what he'd be saying. Polished bones. Great for a game or scrying the future of infants. Heck if I know. Depends on the culture. But yeah, mid-aughts, like, zombies became the newest, bestest thing for the genre of horror for some reason. I don't know exact... The catalyst was probably Resident Evil 4. Or that and some other media. But, like, Resident Evil 4 got really popular because it's more of an action game as opposed to a horror game, so a lot more people played it, and so on and so forth. Thus, like, I know there aren't zombies in Resident Evil 4, really, but people probably got obsessed with the Resident Evil series because of 4, thus they got obsessed with zombies. That makes sense?
Blink.
Ah, freaking scarecrow dudes. It's been a while since I've seen you. I think the last time I saw you guys was when I was leaving the first tower. They're one of the map enemies. And yeah, they're exactly the same as they are now, and they were the first time I fought them at the farm. Slow, lumbering, and easy to take out with a frickin' bow and arrow.
Smash!
The exact opposite of the red caps. Oh me, oh my.
Ooh, that looked painful.
No, what's painful is the fact that I need to go all the way back to Downby just to get this dude translated properly. Just so I can come all the way back here dealing with all these enemies throughout the entirety of that. Like, come on. That's what's painful, man. Anyways, like, the genre of zombies really exploded for one reason or another, and right now it's as opposed to that, it's Lovecraftian horror that seems to have exploded recently. At least, oh, I am getting EXP. Can I keep going
Ooh,
up higher level? Huh, good to know. Wonder what the cap is then. It doesn't particularly matter. I highly doubt I'm actually going to hit it. But, yeah, Lovecraft is, the more popular genre nowadays for one reason or another.
Does it hurt?
And, it's probably something that could be discussed at a later date. Because there's a lot of things to say about H.P. Lovecraft and his horribly xenophobic, racist views, and, I don't know, just hating on him because he deserves to be bashed on. Screw H.P. Lovecraft. Gosh, I just remembered what the heck I wanted to talk about. Oh, zombies. Yep. It was something specific about zombies, I should say. Yeah, I know I've been talking about them this entire time. But, is Sparky still there? No, I don't look at.
Not fast
But
enough.
basically, my SO, because she grew up around the same time I did. She's only like a week and a half older than I am. Basically, since she's super into the genre, became super obsessed with zombies around that time. She has like worries about like, oh, zombie apocalypse. Not they have a diploma. Why do the red caps have diplomas? Is that a joke about the fact that they're wearing a cap? That is reaching. That is so reaching. The red caps aren't graduation caps. God, is that probably what the heck they meant by that? Oh well. Why am I not surprised towards the later half of the game they just decided to do a bunch of backtracking stuff? That happens way too often in video games, especially this era where it's like they kind of bit off a bit more than they could chew with how they wanted the game to be. So they kind of had to reuse things. Like that was so common in this era. Just well kind of put all the budget into the 3D models and the voice acting, so whoops. And again, I think the era after this, the 360 and PS3 era, was actually way worse about that too. Anyways, my SO
I hear the tone of Kirk.
was obscenely obsessed with zombies and like worried about apocalyptic scenarios of zombies. So we can talk about the various forms of zombie apocalypse and how easy they are to deal with. Some of them are really easy. Alright, back at the aching drum. My ache and eardrums are going to be a frickin' bleeding after this frickin' encounter, I know that.
You gotta help me. I can't understand a bleeding word he's saying. Is this even McRath?
What do you mean? Of course that's McRath.
Ask him a question.
Hello there, old friend. How are you getting along with this young scamp?
Och, vad duger bra scenen nu, this bonny lad jag blir hemma för the not leves at some droppar lista.
Ah, he's speaking in a rare Scottish tongue. I forgot that most people these days don't know it. Fortunately, I do.
What's he on about?
So far, just that he's grateful for being rescued from the monster that some idiot released. But I'll get more information. Tell me more. What happened?
Here's gettin. The undead rose of the grain and took my castle. I flew all into the town and heel screeched, and take them behind the axe.
Ominous indeed.
Dare you muck around until you help me take my castle, you can retrieve the shadow axe.
Oh, you'll like that.
What?
Which will he have to give?
I'm back to the ruins of my castle, and it's shown the entrance. There's a trapdoor leading you into the dungeons, but I got the key.
Clever.
Come again?
I'm certain he'll help.
And it's telling not get through those dungeons and it says, Princess, as I so well their champion, or course I wouldn't barely make it out of your key. Right, go.
I thought to say that myself for a blind bit, but I am pretty certain.
All right, that's it. That's it. What are you two on about?
Right, here's the deal. McGrath's going to take you to his castle. Well, the ruins of it at least.
Only if he buys me dinner first.
Where he'll open up a trapdoor that leads down into the dungeons.
What's inside?
The shadow axe. Like I told you before, he was holding it for you. He had to leave it in his dungeon when all the trouble started. I've instructed him to take you to it.
Now we're talking. What else?
Just some undead warriors. Now, once you have the shadow axe, you'll journey south along the coast.
Wait a moment. Undead warriors? How many?
A few, a score.
Well, which is it? A few or a score? It's a big difference, you know.
Honestly,
A few
yes.
score. And when they're all dead, you'll head south to the coast. The third tower is located on a small island just offshore. You should have no trouble securing passage to the tower. Right, I'm off. It's getting dangerous around here.
Well, anything to say?
I'll give my shadow axe that guy, can I? Ha!
Sorry I asked.
Like, honestly, I don't know if just the sentences he was saying were a bit more understandable, or if I'm actually starting to pick up on the accent. Because, yeah, I could understand a majority of what they were talking about. Trapdoor, he's got the key, yada yada. Yeah, Bard, you may just be a bit tilted. Dude was understandable. I'll be a bit belligerent with a few of his phrases and the like. Who the heck isn't in universe? Oh me oh my. Anyways, various zombie apocalyptic scenarios. I guess we could start probably with the just classic Dead or Rising scenario, because that's the most common one. Like, maybe it's because of some disease or whatever, but like it's not super magical in any way. So basically, people are dying and continuing to walk around, bite and attack people, whatever. Maybe everyone's already infected, and the second they die, they need to be like rapidly cremated, or like having a control collar put on them like Fido. Fido's a good zombie movie. It's a really good one. I would love to run through all this, but the issue is I need to keep this dude alive. But basically, like, say in this scenario, anyone who dies is going to become a zombie. It's not really an infected thing. And heck, maybe even in the same setting, it's an infected thing. Who cares? But basically, Dead or Rising, and they are dead though. In that scenario, it's probably the simplest thing to deal with. It really is. If it starts up, you just kind of need to. The term is bug in, and it's one of the better things you can do in almost any scenario. Disaster scenario, I should say, is get as many supplies as you can, and just hole up in your house or other safe place and wait it out. If this is like a dead or rising up and moving or whatever, well, they're dead. They're going to rot. You need to wait like a month at longest to get rid of majority of what the issue was, because like Yeah, I know the entire thing about zombies is the fact that they're a horde and there's so many of them. They're everywhere, yada, yada, yada. But if it's one of the scenarios where they are just dead, technically moving around, they'll rot. And I find it fascinating that a lot of, like, shows and media tend to use this aspect of, like, rotting zombies and carcasses, but don't really tone down how that would happen incrementally. Like, yeah, maybe when the outbreak or whatever the heck caused the zombie apocalyptic scenario to happen started, yeah, a lot of people died because they didn't know what was happening. And basically a bunch of people got killed in metropolitan areas, and there's now a horde, just a huge wave of like 80% of all individuals within that area now just shambling corpses. And then you wait a month and, well, they can't move. Their muscles have rotted off. Don't you go... Why are you going over there? Are you freaking serious, dude? What are you doing? Why did you go over there to them? I saw you on my mini-map. You just started walking to this, like, grouping of 3 enemies when we're walking past them. What the heck, man? You freaking daft or what? Oh, well. But yeah, like, just... It's scenarios like any Night of the Living Dead. 28 Days Later, I think, does this, actually, where it properly talks about it, too. Where they start to rot and stuff. What is it? I think the really popular Walking Dead does this too. I think they're like rotting carcasses after a certain point. And at that point, you technically just need to wait out a majority of the issue and then have proper ways to take care of the dead. It's not super complicated when you look at it that way. In this scenario, like, society would, like, have an issue for a bit and basically bounce it back really quick. I think I mentioned Fido already. That's a really good zombie movie if you guys haven't seen it, because it kind of throws a lot of the tropes on its head. It's also just a very good movie in general. On the various topics it goes into. I'm not going to go into detail, but the overall setting is like 1950s Americana, like American Dream Americana. But a zombie apocalypse had already happened, and they've already bounced back from it society-wise. Because once more, it's not impossible to deal with. I feel like way too much media tends to think like, yes, a zombie apocalypse equals end, we're done, society's never gonna bounce back, and it's like, no, it really wouldn't have much of an issue bouncing back in a lot of scenarios. But Fido, the setting is, yeah, it freaking Froggen, like, had a zombie apocalypse, like, off screen, and they bounced back. And they have various settlements that are working perfectly fine within enclosed areas that are safe. Oh. Alright, I see you ruined the castle. But where's your freaking trapdoor? Lammy bugger. Anyways, once more, it was weird, like, 1950s, like, Americana setting, so it kind of, like, still was not perfect sci-fi. I think they were basically, like, in domes, kind of, sort of, of safe areas, but, like, I think they were able to interact with other domes, and, like, there's just some areas that weren't fully regulated, and if that setting continued, those areas would be regulated of undead.
Yeah, the entertainer, gang on and fix that shutter.
So this is the place you and Dugan were talking about. And all I have to do is wander down there in the darkness with God knows what trying to kill me and hope I stumble onto the shadow axe? Great!
Mental archer. River Hammers indeed on the shadows of your.
Oh, sure. And, I give you the breach I made for a blink of your trissilic.
Ach, you crishy poofter!
Hashtag rude bard.
Healing!
Hashtag rude. Gosh dang, all these like zombies just spawned directly behind me while we're doing that cutscene, and
Who needs a good kicking?
a few of these people need a good knocking. Especially an AoE knocking, you... Dude. Oh, am I stuck on physics? That's not nice. I specifically summoned you to do AoE nonsense because there's a lot of them, and you just decided to do single target. Why would I expect anything else from frickin' NPCs? I really shouldn't. Actually, now that I think about it, I think almost all the elementals are pretty good at AoE nonsense. Oh well. But yeah, how that setting was going was actually like starting to perfectly regulate people as they die, because the second you die, you will become a zombie. And the entire point of Fido is, well, they figured out a way to control zombies basically with a collar kind of thing. And people keep them basically as pets. Thus, the titular Fido is the family in the story's pet. Their pet zombie. I'm most likely gonna need...
Let there be light!
Anyways, there is a character in that story, albeit a very creepy one for reasons I'm not going to discuss, who mentioned
I stand ready.
his pet died in the supermarket, and he was really quick about putting on the collar, basically stopping them from actively rotting in that scenario and being almost pristine. Yuck. Anyways, we'll continue talking about zombies later and after this jig.
You are a jerk, a piece of work.
This mission you'll be blowing.
There's one thing about this castle here you surely should be knowing.
That once inside your magic's gone, danger will be growing.
And if you meet the shadow axe, your blood it will be flowing.
You're knowing, it's growing, you're blowing.
Oh, you're a foolish one, someone who should be shunned. You bugger up this land so much your work is never done. And when we see you coming, we'll turn our tails and run. You are the lad we love to hate, you are a foolish one. It's fun to run, you're done. You aren't brave, you aren't strong,
Or even that imposing.
you have no magic element.
Or killed their leader Hosen.
If danger were to rear its head, your feet would sure be frozen.
Oh, sorry, wuss. But nevertheless, the sword who has been chosen, a frozen little hosen, imposing.
Oh, you're a foolish one, someone who should be shunned. You bugger up this land so much your work is never done. And when we see you coming, we'll turn our tails and run. You are the lad we love to hate, you are a foolish one. It's fun to run, we're done.
Well, at least it's not bad luck. Alrighty then. Make sure there's not another cutscene. Okay. Ciao, guys. I'll talk to you all later. Ciao.